Hey everyone, Matteo Galatis here. You're being manipulated. You, me, everyone is being manipulated. The moment you jump onto a social media platform, you are entering their context, their room. It's like when you enter the church, you enter a place of prayer, and there's this particular purpose for entering that place. When you enter a martial arts dojo, there's a particular context. There's a place that you enter to do something specific. When you enter a sports field, doesn't matter what sports, you're going to do something specific there. When you go into a gymnasium, you're doing something specific. You have an intention around the purpose behind what you're going to do there. When you enter a social media platform, you enter the purpose that social media has for you. And that purpose is manipulation most of the time. They're there to manipulate you into staying, holding your attention for as long as possible, so that they can serve an advert, so that they can see what you enjoy watching, so that they can gather data on you, so that they can send you in many different directions. I get stuck in that, you get stuck in that, we all do, because that's what the platforms are designed to do. They're designed to manipulate. And your brain is being tricked and manipulated into staying and watching. And the moment you go into their context, into their field, then you're playing by their game and their rules, and your brain starts to rewire according to what information you're being fed by the platforms. So immediately you start to be manipulated and drove into places that you don't necessarily want to go. Obviously there's some of your friends' content, obviously there's people's content that you want to enjoy, you want to watch. But then there's a whole bunch of other stuff that you don't really care about, but you get trapped into watching it. And then you go down the next rabbit hole, the next rabbit hole, and the next rabbit hole, and the next thing. You find your energy's drained, you find your life force has been reduced and very likely depleted as a result of going into these platforms. Now, they're great if you want to access certain information, like coming into this group, like going into other people that are teaching you information, etc. And you're going in for a specific purpose to find information. But because of the very subtle and very strong manipulative tactics that are being used, you lose control of your own intention, and what happens is your own desire gets bypassed and you get driven into the world of being manipulated according to the agenda of this major platform, because you're in their world. The difference is when you're reading a book, when you you made a choice to read this book based on your values, based on what's important for you, based on what you desire to achieve in your life. You made a choice, so you enter the world of the book and you absorb the resonance and the information from that book. But when you enter a social media platform, or the news, for example, you're entering their world, what they want to tell you and infuse onto you, and most of the time it's manipulation, and it takes you down in the spiral of energy, not up towards you expanding and you being at your best. The same thing with watching a movie. You get to choose what to watch, and some movies are inspiring, some movies bring you down, but at least it's your choice. There's also subtle manipulation in the background of a movie. The next level, if you're not going onto social media, if you're not going into books, if you're not going into movies, is to go inside yourself. And this is the biggest energizer, an energy field that you can engage in. When you're going into social media, your energy field gets manipulated downwards and you lose energy and you become lethargic and confused and loss of purpose. But when you dive into your own world and you go and explore yourself and you enter the space of the heart and you identify with who you truly are, the I am, whatever spiritual context it means, whatever it's, I'm not talking in the sense of spirituality or religion, I'm just talking about you making a connection with your own self, your I am, whoever you are. This has the highest level of resonance. It's the most energizing, it's the most self-affirming, it's the most, has the greatest ability to provide confidence for yourself. And this is the ultimate truth, not what you find out there. So I want you to take that on today, and we all need to be spending less time out there and more time in here. That's my invitation for you, is to begin a practice of going inside yourself and just meditating on yourself, going inside, how you feel, how are you doing, going inside yourself and connecting and creating a strong connection with yourself, and then connect with others, the real people, not being manipulated by platforms, because we're missing connection and we need a lot more of it. That's your task for the weekend. Enjoy.